We're given the graph of f of x. Sketch the graph of y equals 4, f of negative 0.5x. So that 4 is outside. Are you okay with the letter V for vertical? Are you okay with S for stretch? Mathematicians, we always try to write as little as possible, save as much time as possible. What is going to happen? You're going to multiply your y values by 4. Inside the function, we have a negative 0.5. That is a horizontal reflection and horizontal, should I write stretch or compression? Stretch. Because x's are liars, you're going to multiply your x values by, the horizontal reflection makes you multiply by a negative, and the half, the reciprocal would be 2, you'd multiply your x values by negative 2. Okay. So now, we need to figure out where this graph is going to go. Where are these points going to end up? So if you have points on your original graph, this looks like a very important point. So let's start with that one. Negative 2, 0. That point is going to change. What's going to happen? We're going to change by multiplying our y values by 4 and our x values by negative 2. So x by negative 2, that will become 4. This one stays at 0. Take another point on your original graph. You've got maybe this one. Negative 1, 1. Where does that end up? X values by 2, and y values by 4, 2, 4. And if you want a third point, we could. We've got 2, 2. Oops, do that right. X values by negative, that'll be negative 4, and y values by 4, that will be 8. So now I'm going to put these points on my graph. 4, 0, 2, 4, and oh my goodness, negative 4, 8. It'll be like over here somewhere. Not the greatest point, I guess, on my graph. But we could run into a little bit of a problem here. I've got 3 dots. How do I draw it? What kind of shape? If I put arrowheads on the wrong side, I'm going to lose marks. So some things that is helpful. I'm going to put a blue box. This was a very important point, right? Because that was our starting point. That was this point right here, which changed to this point here. This is my starting point on my black graph. So now if I take that as a starting point and I connect through my other points, this is the graph that I'm going to get. Can you see that it looks like it's been stretched vertically? Can you see the horizontal reflection? That horizontally we flipped over this way? And then apparently sometimes it's hard to see exactly the stretches and compressions. But if it flipped over this way, does the curvature make sense the way that it's curved right now? So those are some of the things that you can think about to help you get an idea, because sometimes the points aren't enough. And anybody getting tired of doing domain and range every single time? Well, we have to do it again. Domain, I'll start with the red one. Do the red one first. Domain of the red one, the smallest x value is negative 2, so I can say x is bigger than or equal to negative 2. And the range, the y values, were bigger than or equal to 0. Then on my black graph, now my x values are less than or equal to 4, and my range is still y is bigger than or equal to 0. Okay. 10.